agency, they take a call and give us the priority. We have already enlisted 150 projects on the website of NCF. The said project which Honorable MP wished to ask is also part of that. It has been depicted on the website. Whenever adequate funding will be agreed by any of the PSU or any of the company who is giving CSR and on the priority, we will certainly consider this.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir. However, I would like to bring to your attention that the issue extends beyond Buttu Fort alone, sir. There are 20 other proposals from Andhra Pradesh that are also awaiting approval under the National Culture Fund for the preservation, protection and promotion of the historical monuments, sir. Honorable Speaker ji, it is concerning to note that in the last 5 years, not a single project from Andhra Pradesh has been approved under the NCF. I kindly request the Honorable Minister to provide clarity on the reason behind the delay in closing these proposals and the steps being taken to ensure their timely approval and restoration, sir. Thank you, sir.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, जैसा मैंने निवेदन किया पहले प्रश्न का उत्तर देते हुए भी, मैं एक बार फिर दोहराना चाहता हूं कि नेशनल कल्चर फंड के 150 जो ऐसे मॉन्यूमेंट्स की सूची हमने ऑलरेडी वेबसाइट पर प्रकाशित की है, उसमें 21 ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट आंध्र प्रदेश स्टेट के हैं। सामान्यतया एनसीएफ में कोई कंपनी सीएसआर देने वाला पीएसयू या कंपनी जब कभी किसी पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट के लिए सीएसआर देने के लिए आग्रह करता है तो हम उसके लिए इसको कंसीडर करते हैं। अभी हमने डीपीआईटी को के साथ में बैठक करके सारे पीएसयू से आग्रह किया है कि वो कुछ धनराशि उपलब्ध कराएं। जब भी धनराशि उपलब्ध होगी किसी इस पर्टिकुलर इन प्रोजेक्ट्स को प्रायोरिटी करते हुए तो हम निश्चित रूप से उसको कंसीडर करने का प्रयास करेंगे।
माननीय बी रमेश जी,
has proposed for water tracking and strengthening of Buddhist rock cut, stirrups and repairs of caves and their use of structural chatia with 3 crore cost estimate. The project proposed also provides for a public amenities and landscape of gardens. Kindly, Minister, Honorable Minister, to say on this.
फिर मैं वही निवेदन करूंगा कि हमने उसको सूचीबद्ध किया है, उस पर धनराशि उपलब्ध होने पर निश्चित रूप से उस पर कार्रवाई की जा सकती है।
किरण रिजिजू जी, आप संसदीय कार्य मंत्री जी।
सर, आज उम्मीद किया था कि अच्छा से पार्लियामेंट का क्वेश्चन आवर चलेगा। माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, आपने बार बार अनुरोध किया है, बार बार आग्रह किया है हमारे विपक्ष के साथियों को कि प्रश्नकाल को डिस्टर्ब ना करें, और ये प्रश्नकाल मेंबर का होता है, सरकार को सवाल पूछना होता है। आप लोग सरकार को सवाल नहीं पूछ के सदन को इस तरह डिस्टर्ब करना ये अच्छी बात नहीं है। अब जनता आपको सवाल पूछेगा कि आप सदन में क्यों आए हैं। आपके आग्रह करने के बाद भी इस तरह का डिस्टर्बेंस करना ये अच्छा नहीं है। सरकार की तरफ से मैं खंडन करना चाहता हूं। बाकी जो भी बोलना चाहते हैं वो राष्ट्रपति का अभिभाषण पर सब बोल सकते हैं। ये पहला दिन इस तरह का यहाँ पे जो अपोजिशन मेंबर्स ने जो हरकत किया है ये ठीक नहीं है। मैं सर इसका खंडन करता हूं।
श्री राम शिरोमणि वर्मा, प्रशांत पोडले,
राम शिरोमणि
मल्लू रवि, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, श्री सुश्री कंगना रनौत, सुरेश कुमार कश्यप।
अध्यक्ष महोदय, प्रश्न संख्या 2।
एक विवरण थोड़ा बदल दीजिए।
अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं माननीय मंत्री जी का धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगा जिन्होंने बड़ा विस्तृत उत्तर इस प्रश्न का दिया है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व, श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में देश के लिए जो नवीन बजट 2025-26 प्रस्तुत किया गया है, इसमें समाज के प्रत्येक वर्ग का ध्यान रखा गया है। मैं माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी का धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा कि जो बजट आपने प्रस्तुत किया है इस देश को एक नई दिशा और दिशा देने वाला बजट है और देश के विकसित भारत के संकल्प को पूरा करने वाला बजट है। मैं आपके माध्यम से माननीय मंत्री जी से जानना चाहता हूं कि क्या कॉरपोरेट कर की दरों में कमी से निजी क्षेत्र के निवेश में प्रभावी वृद्धि हुई है और अगर ये वृद्धि हुई है तो कितनी वृद्धि हुई है, किस हद तक वृद्धि हुई है, मैं माननीय मंत्री से जानना चाहता हूँ।
अध्यक्ष जी, मैं आपके माध्यम से सदन को अवगत कराना चाहता हूं कि घरेलू कंपनियों को वैश्विक स्तर पर प्रतिस्पर्धा बनाने के लिए, नए निवेश को आकर्षित करने के लिए और रोजगार के लिए अवसरों को उत्पन्न करने के लिए कुछ विशेष कंपनियों को टैक्स में छूट दी गई। इन टैक्स छूटों में देश की आर्थिक गतिविधियां और बढ़ी हैं। उदाहरण के तौर पर अगर देखें तो विनिर्माण क्षेत्र में कंपनियों की संख्या के निर्धारण पर 2022-23 में जहां 2,838 से बढ़कर निर्धारण वर्ष 2024-25 में 3,644 हो गई है। साथ में स्टार्टअप की संख्या में भी लगातार बढ़ोतरी हो रही है और टैक्स पेयर की संख्या भी लगातार बढ़ रही है और टैक्स कलेक्शन भी लगातार बढ़ रहा है। इन्हीं सब का परिणाम है कि 2014-15 में हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था 10वें स्थान पर थी और वो विश्व की 5वीं सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बनकर के उभरी है।
ऑनरेबल मेंबर श्री एन.के. प्रेमचंदन जी, एन.के. प्रेमचंदन जी, आप मुझसे कहते हो मुझे महत्वपूर्ण सवाल पूछना है, सीट पे नहीं बैठते हो, ये तरीका ठीक नहीं है आपका। प्लीज श्री कीर्ति आजाद जी।
बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण प्रश्न है। मैं ये जानना चाहता हूं कि क्या ये सच नहीं है कि पेट्रोल डीजल के दाम आसमान छू रहे हैं और सरकार ने खाने पीने पर
Members have to inform that the Business Advisory Committee in its meeting held today on the 3rd February 2025 has allotted time for government business as follows. Discussion on the discussion on the motion of thanks on the President address 15 hours. General discussion on the union budget for the year 2025-26 50 hours. The committee also recommended that the House may dispense with lunch hour on all days except on Friday in the first part of the session to complete the above discussion. Honorable members, I have received 9 notices under Rule 267. The notices of Shri Pramod Tiwari, Srimati, if you had cooperated, things would have come to this level otherwise also. For the first time, 1 second Pramodji, for the first time obituary was disturbed. Shri Pramod Tiwari, Shrimati Sagarika Ghosh, Shri Javed Ali Khan, Shri Ramjilal Suman.
All right, so sloganeering on day 3 of the budget session in Lok Sabha. Let me go across to Niyamika joining us with more details. Niyamika, like the chair said, Mr. Dhankar said the obituary was also disturbed by the opposition in Rajya Sabha. And in the Lok Sabha, what we are witnessing is that the opposition has resorted to constant sloganeering.
Oh, well, yes, in both the houses we see that how the opposition is continuously raising a demand for a discussion regarding the stampede incident that had taken place in Prayagraj, as the sloganeering is continuing in both Lok Sabha as well as in Rajya Sabha, and for that reason we can also expect that there will be this protest will continue in the upcoming days as well, because even in the Congress Party's parliamentary party meeting it was being decided that the Congress Party is going to raise this entire matter in the parliament session, in this budget session of parliament, and that we can see that it is also impacting the proceedings of both upper house as well as the lower house, and that was also being mentioned by the chairman of Rajya Sabha, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar. He has also mentioned it very clearly, the manner in which the opposition parties are raising these slogans against the government viewpoint. They are also holding a demand that there should be a proper discussion which needs to be done regarding this tragic incident which had taken place in Prayagraj, because the opposition parties are of the viewpoint that all the help is being given out to the victim's family, but a question which must be raised within the parliament is that who is responsible behind this tragic incident that had taken place in Prayagraj recently, and they are also demanding that there should be a proper reply which needs to be given by the side of the government, that what kind of measures are being taken that such kind of incident will not happen in the future days. And that is the only reason why we can expect that this protest is going to continue in the upcoming days as well of the parliament session.
Absolutely. Now, one would say that it was anticipated it's going to be a stormy session, because also on the roster, Niamika, remember, is the Waqf Bill panel report.
Well, indeed, and for that reason also we have seen that how many of the opposition party MPs have also given their dissent note regarding the JPC meetings that have taken place for the Waqf Amendment Bill. In fact, many of the MPs are also saying that these dissent notes are being made viral. They were being leaked, and for that reason they are also saying that there are some of the fake claims which are also being made regarding these dissent notes, which also includes the Congress Party's Rajya Sabha MP Syed Nasir Hussain. He had also shared his dissent note on Twitter. Not just him, but in fact it was Asaduddin Owaisi who has also made a similar kind of claim. So clearly we can expect that this session is going to be a stormy one, because the opposition parties are continuously raising a demand that there must be a further discussion which needs to be done regarding the Waqf Amendment Bill, as a proper consultation needs to be done. But on the other side, they are also making allegation against the government of India for imposing this amendment in the Waqf Bill, and that is expected to be tabled in this parliament session. So it will be really interesting to see that what is going to be the future strategy of the opposition leaders within both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, if we talk about the Waqf Amendment Bill in particular.
Absolutely. In fact, the Congress has already claimed that the centre is not listening to the opposition on Waqf Bill. And Niamika, we know how the opposition members, part of the JPC, have said that only the amendments of the ruling party were taken into consideration. Those of the opposition were rejected. Now, is this going to be the strategy going forward of the opposition? You know, the fear is that will this also be a total washout just like the last session?
Well, it can be seen from the very beginning of this parliament session as well as today. There was a reply which was being expected to be given on the part of the opposition leaders regarding the president's address on the budget session, and for just ahead of that we have seen in both Lok Sabha as well as in Rajya Sabha, the opposition MPs are raising slogans. They are raising a demand, not just a discussion about the Waqf Amendment Bill, but also the manner in which they are raising slogans within the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. That is surely going to make an impact on the parliament proceedings as well, because today it was even Rahul Gandhi who was expected to speak about and give a reply to the president's address in Lok Sabha. So that is also going to be really interesting, that what is going to be the strategy, what all issues are going to be taken up by the Congress Party's member of parliament and the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, how he is going to target the government of India. But just ahead of that speech, just ahead of that address, it is the opposition MPs who are continuously raising these slogans both in Lok Sabha as well as in Rajya Sabha, impacting the proceedings of the House.
Absolutely. In fact, many parties of the INDI bloc have given notices under Rule 267 to discuss the stampede that happened in Prayagraj during the Mahakumbh. Is the government saying anything about it? When will the matter be taken up? Because the delay will only lead to more chaos and struggling inside the House.
Well, that is the question which the opposition MPs are also raising. That they are also saying that all the help which is being given by the government, that is acceptable to the victims' families. But the major question which arises here is that why such kind of a tragic incident has taken place in Mahakumbh, when the government was, what the opposition is saying, that when the government was boasting about all the facilities which are being provided for the Snan at Mahakumbh, still such kind of tragic incident has taken place where many of the people have lost their lives, and now they are raising a question that who all are responsible for this. That is what the government needs to give an answer, as they are saying that the authorities needs to be questioned. Who all are responsible for this incident? They need to be taken under the. They must be questioned that why such such kind of negligence had taken place in Prayagraj when so many people were being there. Still, a stampede incident had taken place, and who all are responsible must be brought under the book. So that is the question which the opposition MPs are raising, and that is why they are continuously sloganeering within the Lok Sabha as well as in Rajya Sabha, seeking a reply from the side of the government that this must be discussed within the House, as the entire country must know that who all are responsible for this tragic incident that had taken place in Prayagraj recently.
Absolutely. And the opposition has constantly been raising the issue, and continuous sloganeering happening in Lok Sabha. Niyamika, it also remains to be seen how is the government going to respond to the allegations, because the opposition alleges that the death toll that has been cited by the government and the number of people who've died, there's a total mismatch in the figures that are being cited. That's one other allegation. Niyamika, can you hear me? Okay, all right. I think we've lost the line with Niyamika. Let me go across to Akanksha. She's reporting from Prayagraj. Akanksha, the issue of the stampede that happened in Prayagraj during the Mahakumbh is resonating in the parliament as well, with the opposition demanding a debate, a discussion, alleging that there's a total mismatch in terms of the death toll figures that have been cited by the government.
Well, absolutely. There was ruckus in the parliament with the opposition leaders asking for discussion on the stampede that took place on January 29th in Prayagraj. As far as Mahakumbh Mela is concerned, 30 people lost their life. What we learned is that 36 people received grievous injuries and later they were discharged. Now, opposition party leaders are seeking the discussion on that, because after the incident, the opposition party leaders, be it Congress or Samajwadi Party, they had said that it was because of the mismanagement that was done by the UP government that the stampede took place. They also said that it was because of the misplaced priorities of the UP government that that tragic incident took place on January 29. So in the parliament today, in fact in Lok Sabha, the opposition leaders demanded discussion on this with the government, but there was a ruckus. Om Birla, who's the Lok Sabha speaker, as well as Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju, they requested the opposition leaders to maintain the decorum. So it remains to be seen what happens in the parliament, but as far as the Mahakumbh stampede is concerned, opposition leaders are seeking a discussion, and there was a ruckus which was witnessed in the parliament today.
Absolutely. The stampede led to death of 30 people. The opposition says the death toll is higher than what is being cited. They also want responsibility and accountability to be fixed. The opposition demanding a debate on the Mahakumbh, which has now led to a ruckus in both houses of the parliament. Akanksha and Niyamika, thank you for getting us the details. Quick break with that.